Hello everybody. For today's video we're going to have a look at another American classic, the book 119, as sent to me very generously by EdAtoZ, along with the book 110 that I reviewed quite recently. Before we have a look at the knife, I want to do a shout out for a channel that I've started watching, Richie Freeman. Richie's only got a handful of videos up so far, and I think he's still in single figures for subs, but he's into the usual things that we all like, and I think you'll like it too if you give his channel a bit of a look. If you do like what you see on Richie's channel, please give him a sub and tell him that I sent you. Now, let's get on with the knife. Okay, so here we have the book 119. I think the first thing we need to do is move all the salad out of the way. Okay, so if we start off with the sheath for the book 119, we've got quite a heavy duty leather sheath. As you can see there, the welt is quite thick. A good robust popper pressed up to secure the knife, and a belt loop on the back. Let's see if we can get a shot. There you go, big drain hole there, and I think that's quite important. When we put the knife in the sheath, the first thing you may notice is that it is a loose fit. And some people may think that's a problem. On a lot of knives it would be, but I think that's there for a reason. When we look at the construction of the sheath, you should be able to see, if I can get my paws out of the way, there's a rigid plastic liner. And I believe what that's for is because this is primarily a hunting knife. If you had a close fitting leather sheath and you put the knife in covered in blood and guts and gore and death, all the blood and guts and gore and death would stick the blade to the inside of the sheath, to the rough side of the leather, and you'd never get it out. So I think the plastic liner and the large drain hole are needed because this is a hunting knife. You want to be sure that any icky bits on your blade are going to be able to drain free and not stick it in the leatherwork. So on to the specs. Overall, it's 265mm. 10 and 5/16. The blade's 148mm, 5 3/4, and the edge from the tip to the plunge lines is 136 or 5 1/4. The blade is 5mm thick by my reckoning, and it's made of 420 HC with a Rockwell of 58. The book website lists the weight as 7.5 ounces, 213 grams, although this particular one is 7 1/4 ounces, 206 grams. This isn't what you will get if you order one today. this is 20 years old. I was quite intrigued when Ed said it was 20 years old, and I wondered if there's a way to establish exactly how old it is. And luckily on the internet there are plenty of diagrams showing the dating symbols, like this one. So as you can see from the tang stamp with the reverse oblique, that puts it down as 1994, so it is in fact exactly 20 years old. The specs for the current version with the phenolic resin handle state that the guard and the pommel are aluminium. This doesn't look like aluminium to me. It looks like steel. And the other detail I noticed, you may see in one of the close-ups, the two black lines, although this one is actually solid black and therefore probably phenolic, this one is a very dark red wood, and it looks lovely when you get close up to it. Although it's 20 years old, it's in extremely good condition. Ed said he's only used it a couple of times, although for a hunting knife, what does a couple of times mean? It could mean just a couple of rabbits, or it could mean a couple of outings where he's had to process 2 or 3 large animals, deer or whatever. So I don't know how much work this has done, but that's not a bad edge at all. And as you saw on the book 110, that was definitely the factory edge, and that was razor sharp. And that's, ooh, hang on, that's quite respectable. You've seen it deal with the salad. We'll do a quick cardboard test. So for the cardboard cutting, I've got a cat food box. It's a single layer corrugated card. It's quite robust. Let's see what happens. No problem there. Except of course the mess all over the floor. So there you have the book 119. It's an American classic. They don't seem to be as well known over here as perhaps they should be. There is currently 3 quality ranges for book knives. Select, which is sort of the standard level. Avid, which is the medium range, and the book 119 is in the Avid product range. And then there's the Pro, which as you might imagine is the high end. But for over here, this will cost between sort of £65 and £75. That is an excellent knife. It's well balanced, it's comfortable in the hand, it's very pretty to look at. The sheath is well made. I think these should be a lot more widely known in the UK. It's a lovely, lovely knife. So, thanks again, Ed. Very generous of you, my friend. And hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.